All right, so I ran across this one and instantly subscribed. This is taking me back here. Uh, Jammer's personal wrestling collection, magazine collection. Like I had to check this out. Now this is taking me back. Pro Wrestling Illustrated. When you picked the magazine, this was something serious. No internet, and even when the internet was around, the internet was a baby back then, but still no internet hardly. You had to get the magazines, and you had the VHS tape. That was it.
Alright, hey everyone, Jammer back here with Jammer's Wrestling Magazine Collection. And today, I have a special treat. Well, maybe
He was
not
a teenager.
that special, but it's special to me because this right here, what you're looking at, are my original wrestling magazines I had as a child or teenager, preteen, whatever you want to call it. These are them. I kept these. These are the ones I kept when I made a mistake many years ago. I sold my wrestling magazine collection. A few times. So let me backtrack. In like 2000, I was 19, 20 years old, and I had these old
Okay, you said
WWF
19.
magazines.
I hate to cut him off so early. 19, yeah, I'm sure, I don't know this dude, but he said 19, early 2000s. We're probably about the same age, or close to it. You did better than I did. I gave mine away. Let me see, about, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. I had the Raw magazine, SmackDown magazine. When they brought back in the early 2000s, they brought back the WWF magazine with like the paperback thick book, almost like the Pro Wrestling. When they brought back one more time, I think they got rid of it again since then. But I had like 2 huge stacks of them. They're gone, and I shouldn't have did that, but they're gone. But go back in the days, I remember the first wrestling magazine I had was 92 or 91. Can't remember. It was either Sid on the cover or the Warrior. This is when Warrior came back. I think it was one. I might have had them both. I can't remember. And I got them from back in the day. You could go more places beside the newsstand. You could go to the drugstore, Rite Aid, and get wrestling magazines back then. And yeah. That's the other thing. Get back to this wrestling. I mean to keep cutting them off, but funny like how I went back got back to more wrestling videos and ran across this. So there you go.
The covers were ripped off, or they were cut up. I
kept them anyway. Even if the magazine was torn, I still kept them.
Twice. Didn't even try selling them because in the year 2000 there was no Kijiji, no marketplace. eBay was around, but I don't even know if I was aware of it at the time. But I ended up getting rid of them. Then years later, whatever I had left, I ended up selling as well. I sold them because I thought, well, I don't need them anymore. I'm never going to look at these. I think I was
collector's
in my
items.
30s when I got rid of the rest.
Collector's items.
Now, this is what I kept. This is what I kept in my collection. The reason being mainly was because who was on the covers of the magazines. I was a huge fan of Shawn Michaels, of Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Those were my guys. But like, and you can tell. Like, look at this. This Diesel right here. Right. Look at this. This is all beat up and
it's an old one there.
Crap. It's just like I still got the centerfold though. It's Sting. The Stinger has made the centerfold.
Yeah, we saw the blonde hair.
How that made the cut, because a lot of these, if you look at them, no centerfold. I ripped them out and put them on the wall. I don't even know who the centerfold is for this one. Doesn't even say. But yeah, these are the originals.
Yeah.
Like, these are the ones I had as a kid.
Yeah, remember those at the drugstore and the newsstand
back then.
Collector's
When I
items.
say kid, I should say teenager. I mean, this would have been. These magazines are 1995 through 97 for the most part. So I'd say I was definitely a teenager then, clearly. But
90s. Yep.
I kept these ones.
Mid to late 90s. Yeah.
If you look at some of them, prime example. The Shawn Michaels magazines at the top left corner there. In July 96 is Shawn Michaels leaving the WWF, and then October 1997, Shawn Michaels is his heart still in the WWF. Those are pretty pretty close to being the same story, but it gave me Shawn Michaels on the cover. So how could I not have it, right? But again, back then, like I said, it's depending who's on the cover will sell the magazine. And I feel that in my earlier post I did with the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines now, that a lot of the people they put on the covers you might not know, a casual fan may not know. Back here, everyone knew who watched wrestling.
You knew who Michaels and
Michaels
Diesel
was,
and Sting
really.
was. Come on now.
If you didn't really watch it, or if you did watch it, let's say you watched it as a kid, you remember Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, the Rockers, and now you see Shawn Michaels on the cover on his own. If you hadn't watched wrestling for a few years there, you're wondering why. Like, what happened? Why is Shawn on his own? Why is Shawn Michaels dressed like a male Chippendales, strip dancer guy, right? Like, he went from a rocker to a heartbreak kid. But these are cool. I mean, I'm never gonna sell these. These are clearly my doubles, right? Because I ended up getting lots and lots of them.
Wow.
Through the marketplace and eBay sales.
He's making me think about this stuff because I remember they say, oh, kids don't read. We read wrestling magazines, but the only magazines you had, you either read wrestling magazines back then or the Game Pro. Lorenzo knows what I'm talking about. Game Pro, Game Informer, and there was another one, EGM or Electronic Gaming Monthly. But I think I gotta look. I think I have like 3 wrestling magazines left, but that's it. I'm trying to think. I think they're in this drawer. I'm trying to think. Hang on a minute. Just hang on a minute.
Here's one that's interesting. I don't know. How I beat Shawn Michaels by the Giant and how I beat the Giant by Shawn Michaels. So, again, looking up Tommy Dreamer and his Dream Girls, I want to say it's not in here. No, I ripped it out. Sonny, though. Sonny.
A young Sonny.
So, that reminds me, I do have another magazine here that I owned as a kid. I still have it. I got another one now, the Women of Wrestling. It was quite an enjoyable magazine to look at.
Oh, I see Jackie.
When you were a teenager.
Can you let me have that magazine? Yeah, John.
The Sunny section, right? I mean,
John, you can't have that.
Wow. And of course, the Kimberly section wasn't that bad either. Diamond Dallas Page was a lucky dude. But there they are. These are the originals. Like I said, I'm not going to sell them. I've held on to them this long.
Yeah, keep some of them. I made a mistake again. I looked at it, it's got them 3.
I really just have them in a pile right now, just sitting there, because they're not in my actual collection, because my collection is my collection. I already have these, right? Why have them in the pile with
I never bought doubles,
other magazines? So what I'm going to do with these, I
guess? You
guess?
were really serious.
I don't know. Probably just pack them away. I thought about putting them up on the wall again, but I always have bad luck when I tag magazines to my wall for display. Every time I think to do it, I have to end up moving. It's happened twice now. So I'm a little superstitious with doing that now, with putting them in the sleeves and the cardboard and tacking them on the wall. It happened in 2012. And I had to move, and then it happened again
that's a pain in the ass. You got to move that, start taking stuff down.
So I'm not going to do that again. I think these magazines, I'd rather them just sit in a box, sit on the floor, and not be used or looked at, rather than be put on the wall and have the superstition now of maybe having to move. But I just wanted to show you all this craziness here of my personal collection from when I was a teenager.
That brings back memories there.
And like I said, I'm going to keep them. They have a lot of nostalgia here, and I just remember sitting at my, dining room table, eating cereal at night, reading the magazines before.
I remember, there was another thick magazine. It was about this thick. It was called I think it was WOW, World of Wrestling. That magazine was huge. I should have never got rid of that. I remember the last wrestling magazine I had, I think it was Pro Wrestling Illustrated or The Wrestler, and it was left in my folks' car. Never saw it again. It was I should have never left it back there. But the newsstand and the drugstore, I remember actually I think the newsstand had like about 4 or 5 different wrestling magazines. The drugstore had like 3, I think. The WWF, WCW, and I think like Pro Wrestling Illustrated. But yeah, the newsstand had a truckload of them. I don't know if that newsstand's probably gone by now. That's been early 2000s.
Going to bed or sitting in a comfortable reclining chair reading them while I snack on potato chips or something, right? These are memories I have with these. And of course, reading them with friends, trading them back and forth. They get some, I get some. Because back then, don't forget, you had PWI, you had The Wrestler.
Yep.
You had Wrestle America. You had, I'm pretty sure I probably
Wrestling. I don't remember
Wrestling here somewhere. Yeah, Inside Wrestling.
I think I remember Inside Wrestling.
Right there. So
there was a lot of magazines back then.
You couldn't buy them all back then. Your parents were probably helping you with the money situation. And if you did have a part-time job, you weren't making enough to buy 10 issues a month or how many issues Stanley Weston was putting out. But with help from friends, you can buy certain ones, trade off, read them. It was a fun time back then in the 90s. Wrestling was at its all-time peak. Again, thanks to Hulk Hogan and the NWO and Steve Austin and the Attitude Era. So, yeah. So this is it. This is the small little collection of my personal collection when I was a teen. So I hope you enjoy it. If you guys watching have any memories of these or have your own personal collection from a kid, or if you sold them and made the mistake like I did, just
I did worse than you, buddy. Jammer. I did way worse.
Subscribe, view, all that stuff. Thanks. I appreciate it. And until I do this again, I'll talk to you guys later.
I did worse than you, buddy. I gave them away. 2 step, and a lot of them had the posters still in there. So yeah, with my old house, I had the posters and stuff up. Oh man, that's another thing. Not getting off subject, but the old house that had the wrestling posters there. I think I'm trying to think how it was set up. My bed was in the corner. The wrestling posters. I remember my DJ equipment was on not a table this big, but it was on a table. And my crate of records and stuff was in the corner. But yeah, I remember that. That's memories right there. But this is what I got left. Never gave these away. So I don't know how old these are. These are 15. This is before I even got down here. Okay, this was I don't know if you can show on the camera. Just both the WrestleMania magazines. I don't know if it's showing in this camera or not. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Of course, I had to keep something. Damn. WrestleMania, and I don't know if you can see there we go. I see some pictures there. Hogan, Henry Steamboat. See some pictures there. But of course, like this is Attitude Era. With this aggression stuff. Let's see what else in here. Trying to think. What the hell is? Okay, Bret and Stone Cold and Taker and Sid. Let's see what else. Oh, there you go. Diesel and Michaels. I don't know if it's shown in the camera. I hope it's shown in there. What else? And this is the thing. This is just the wrestling figure guide. That's necessarily a wrestling magazine, but I guess it was wrestling related, right? Let's see. Yeah. We moved. It was so much stuff. I don't even remember how did the wrestling magazines even get down here. I think I had them all in a suitcase or something. I don't know, but yeah. This is all that was left. So everything else is gone, long gone. So that's it. But yeah, that's from showing that collection. That's bringing back. That's memories right there, bringing you back.